Hello the Everything Show and welcome to another video. Today we are going to be discussing the benefits of celery.
This is how you get it. It's just half a celery. There's sometimes coming in big bunch.
In this video we are going to cover how celery is a negatively calorific food and how you can use this to your advantage.
It's awful, isn't it? It's dark. It's negative.
The calorie content per 100 grams of celery ranges anywhere from 8 to about 18 calories. This number is exceedingly low by any measure, but it is actually a mix of this and one other property that truly makes this one of the least calorific foods and also puts its own contents inside of a calorie deficit, which means ending up with less calories than you started off with. And the actual second part to this negative calorie property is the fiber inside of celery. It is mostly water and has lots and lots of fiber in it. And so when you go to digest it, you actually burn more energy digesting than you will actually get out of the food itself. And this is what gives it the negatively calorific effect. Now, there are a few ifs and buts to all of this. So first of all, you have to understand that it's not the celery you're holding in your hand itself that has negative calories. That's pretty much impossible. It's the system by which your body uses to metabolize the celery that burns more calories than the celery in your hand will actually give you. Now you, like others, may be thinking, why is celery special? Why don't other foods, especially vegetables, have this same effect? Lettuce, for example, hasn't got many calories, you know that for sure. The thing is, in the end of the day, many foods could give you a negative calorific effect if they have a low enough calorie count and also take enough energy to metabolize and to digest. However, celery's uniquely low calorie count and a high amount of fiber means that it is the one food that can be considered for sure as a negative calorie food. Okay, so now that you know how and why celery has this negative calorie effect, let's discuss how we can actually use this. So the first thing you were probably thinking when you read the video title and when you listened to the chapter 1 was health and nutrition, which are both true. Celery has got numerous health benefits. However, it can also play other roles in our everyday life. So an old trick that lots of people use to prevent either overeating or overspending at an expensive restaurant is to eat something light before they go to the restaurant. And celery is perfect for this job, not only because of the high fiber content that will fill you up, but of the negative calorie effect it will have. You could be already burning calories by the time you get to the restaurant, so that you will ultimately eat and spend less while you are there. And remember, this doesn't just have to be a restaurant meal. It could even be a meal that you make in your own house that could be particularly calorifically dense, or you may consider unhealthy. Just have 1 or 2 sticks of celery, and then you can just imagine on your plate a little bit of you has been filled up, and so you will not eat that amount more in whatever else you're going to have later on. Now I must warn you, celery is not the messiah, but it is indeed a very good food that you could try and use and eat here and there from day to day. A few warnings are though that a large overdose of celery could cause an allergic reaction, and so the best thing to do is just to have 1 or 2 sticks before a meal, ideally 5 minutes to an hour before. This is to ensure that the celery is in your stomach and it is being digested while you sit down to then have your delicious plate of food. Now that you have been given the brief handbook to how celery works, as long as you just don't overdo it or do something that's out of context, this will be a very useful tool in the future when used properly. So if you did learn something new, please like the video, it helps the channel so much. And if you are new here, do subscribe, and it'll let me know that you want more content like this. Finally, please do share with someone who you think will benefit from having more celery in their diet, and just educate them with this brief video on how to use it. But for now, it's a bye from me, and see you all in the next one.